Down payment assistance, one of my favorite things to talk about. We came out with a new program here at All Western Mortgage, and this is by far one of the best down payment assistance programs I have seen come across my desk in a long, long time. I always say there's pros and cons. With down payment assistance, one of the benefits is obviously if you don't have enough money for a down payment, it's covered by the program. So that's a huge pro, huge win. The downside is the interest rate's usually a little bit higher, and then there's also all these other limitations. So you've got debt to income ratio limits, which just means you typically can't qualify for as high of a dollar amount with a down payment assistance loan compared to a regular FHA. And then you've also got income limitations. So if you make over 120K a year, even though you're living paycheck to paycheck and you don't have anything saved up, you can't qualify for these down payment assistance programs because you make too much money. They found the solution. In fact, they brought it out to us today. I just took a training on it, and this program, you don't have to worry about any of that. None of it. There's no income limitations. You only need a 600 credit score. That's the lowest credit score requirement I have seen for down payment assistance, and it gives the full 3.5% down for FHA. So these loans only work with FHA. The good news is they're available in every single state that I'm licensed in. So that would be Arizona, California, New Mexico, Texas, and Colorado. So if you're in any of those states, this program is available, and it gets even better. So I'm not going to go into all of the details, but I want to go over just some high overview, exciting things that I got excited about. I mentioned the credit score requirement. Most of the down payment assistance programs that I've seen in the past need like 640, some of them need 680, so you got to be in those higher 600s. This one, 600. As long as it's 600 or higher, you potentially could qualify for this down payment assistance. This one does not have a cap on that debt to income ratio. So the problem that I mentioned before, where if you did a standard, state approved down payment assistance program, they typically can only go up to a certain percentage with your debt ratio. This one doesn't have a limit. As long as I get an approval on the stuff I have to deal with, the automated underwriting system, now I've lost you again. But basically it's a little computer program where I plug it in and it tells me if it's approved or not. Now the good news is I pretty much know what those percentages need to be to get an approval with any type of loan. And the fact that I don't have to stay under a certain percentage for this one is a huge win. If you didn't understand all of that, basically it just means with this loan, you could qualify pretty much exactly the amount you would qualify for if you had all of your money saved for the down payment, because it doesn't have those limitations. So huge win. Property types. For this down payment assistance program, you can purchase pretty much anything. A single family home, a condo, a townhouse, even a manufactured home. Now for the manufactured home, keep in mind they won't do any single wide, so it's got to be a double wide or bigger. Pretty much anything's available to purchase with this down payment assistance program. However, it does have to be your primary residence. You cannot use this program if you're planning to rent out the property or use it as a secondary or vacation home. You have to live in this home in order for it to work. Now, the other good news is some of these down payment assistance programs have limited funds, which means only so many people can apply and get approved for them before the funding on them runs out. This one, the funds never run out. It is an ongoing program. The funds are not going away. They basically guaranteed that to us. If you're ready for this, if you've been stuck on you make too much money for some of these other down payment assistance programs, or maybe you didn't qualify for as much as you were hoping for, this is the solution. This is the product that is going to help get you into a house with literally 100% financing. And that's not even the best part. Best freaking part about this loan is it has pretty much the same interest rates as a standard FHA loan. However, it does have an option where you can buy the rate down. Most other down payment assistance programs don't let you do that. We've got some leeway. If we need to buy that rate down to get you a more favorable interest rate to get a lower monthly payment, we can do that. You can even use a 2-1 buy down with this down payment assistance program. It's the only one I've seen that does that. I've got other videos that talk about a 2-1 buy down, but the gist of it is a 2-1 buy down buys your interest rate down by a full 2% for the first year, 1% for the second year, and then it goes to the actual qualifying rate third year. And then ideally you want to refinance in between that time frame somewhere so you can take advantage of a lower monthly payment. This is the only one I've seen that does that. No income limits, low credit score requirement, no debt to income ratio caps. You can do a 2-1 buy down, and it's full 100% financing. Because with an FHA loan, you need 3.5% down. This program gives you 3.5% of the purchase price or appraised value, whichever is lower, in assistance. They even give you options when it comes to if you want to pay that assistance back or not. They actually have two options. One is a forgivable loan, which puts it in a 10-year deferred payment, essentially. So it won't have any monthly payments on it, and then after 10 years, if you don't refinance or sell the house for 10 years, you never have to pay that assistance back. The other option, take advantage of a repayable down payment assistance, and the way they were talking is that one typically works the best. You'd have two payments in this scenario. You'd have your regular payment for the mortgage, and then you'd have a secondary smaller payment for that down payment assistance. Same thing, it would be based on 10 years, so it's gonna have a very low monthly payment, and then it's paid off after 10 years. Now, why would you wanna take that compared to the forgivable one? Interest rate, right? It's always a catch. So with the interest rate, if you do choose the forgivable option, that one is going to have a touch higher interest rate than the repayable one. So if you want the best of both worlds, you want a low interest rate and you want that assistance and you're totally cool paying it back, the repayable one is more than likely going to be the best fit for you because you just pay it back and then you get to take advantage of a lower monthly payment. And we could run the numbers on this. Sometimes I actually ran a scenario. I had the same client. We looked at the forgivable loan compared to the non-forgivable. And the non-forgivable, even though it had two payments on it compared to one, because the interest rate was so much lower, the overall monthly was still less than the forgivable one. Just depends on your situation, but I'd love to run the numbers on this program to see if it would be a good fit for you. Like I said, it's available in all the states that I can do loans in. In fact, it's available in every single state in the United States, but again, I can only do the loans that I'm licensed in, minus the state of New York and Washington, for some weird reason. If you want to learn more about this program, go to my website. Within the description of this video is a link to that website. Just click on it, it'll take you straight there. From there, there's a contact form. Go ahead and just say new down payment assistance in the title, and then just say want info, send it to me. We'll schedule a call and we'll go over it and see if this could be a good fit for you. I think this is super cool. It solves most of the problems that we normally have to deal with down payment assistance, with the higher rates and the income limits and the debt to income ratio limits. This one doesn't have any of that. And the fact that we can use a 2-1 buy down with it as well, super cool. You've got tons of options when it comes to purchasing a home for little to no money out of pocket. If you time this right and we get the sellers to cover your closing costs, since we're covering the down payment with this program, you could literally buy a house, nothing out of pocket. Very, very possible, and I help people do it every single day. So stop waiting, get on my website, shoot me a comment, whatever it takes, hit me up. Let's make homeownership happen for you. You got this.